Peace. Now, to elaborate a little further, when I spoke about, our family being our first training unit and how this is where we're first introduced to like disappointments, anger, joy, happiness, some of those different experiences, what's important to realize is that sometimes the disappointment that a person has experienced growing up and in their family relationships, they never learn to deal with, or they never learn to actually bring closure to. So because of that, they bring the same unreconciled idea into the relationships that they establish further on in their life. Sometimes, a person may have had anger management issues growing up as a child, and he never came to terms with those anger management issues in the first training unit that they were given in life, which is their physical family. What do? They bring these same unresolved issues into the other relationships that they establish along the road. So, like I said, when we're looking at people and we're saying that's how they are, that's how their personality is, we're looking at the different perspectives of principles and values that they have established along their life journey. And most of those principles and values were first introduced to them in their impressionist years or in the formative years. And what that means is, before they were at an age where they were able to cognitively reason or even resolve those issues about how they felt about being treated this way, or what were their experiences about being given this, or what were their experiences about this, that, and the third, they were already taught those things through impression as a child. As they got older, they developed the cognitive abilities to actually think about these impressions. Now, a lot of times when people have reached that level where they're able to cognitively think about the things that they've experienced and they've gone through, they may have not reconciled those things. They may have never brought closure to those different things. And that's what I meant by it's important to see how people handle and deal with those type of dysfunctions or those type of experiences in their own physical family, because there's a lot of things that we bring to our other relationships that are unresolved, a.k.a. baggage. We all have baggage, but the difference is some people don't even know the baggage that they're bringing. Some people may not even care about whether or not it is baggage they're bringing. They just expect you to come out there like a chauffeur and bring the baggage on into your life. So it's all about being able to recognize how we are shaped and molded. And another thing, sometimes when people say that they've grown and they're a part of the conscious community and they're educated now and, they have knowledge of self and they don't deal with their family because they're 85s and, this, that, and the third, that's also not showing a degree of maturity, because it's not nothing to celebrate the fact that you can't resolve issues with a family you was born into. Just saying that, I don't deal with them, I cut them off, because they this, that, and the third, that's not showing any skills. That's not showing any ability to resolve your issues and solve your problems. So that's what I'm emphasizing, and that is what is of ultimate importance. We got to look at ourselves first and foremost, and then look at other people and find out how we're handling the relationships with our parents, with our grandparents, with our siblings, with the people who raised us, because we may have been adopted. We may have been bouncing back and forth to different foster cares. How have we handled that? Because if we have not solved these problems, we won't have the skills or the tolerance to solve these problems with the other relationships that we choose to want to establish later on in our life. So I hope that brought a little more clarity, because I wanted to emphasize a few of the points that I made in the first video that I had. And like I said, always study those influences, because just because we separate ourselves from people or alienate ourselves doesn't mean that those influences are still not at play. Peace.